a little bit of a briefer on our Pennsylvania judicial system, because you have to understand where our landlord-tenant system fits in within the Pennsylvania judicial system. And so we have a triangle, we say, where the highest court is our Pennsylvania Supreme Court. It is our highest appellate court. We then have two intermediate courts, which I will show you a picture of in a second. And then we have our Court of Common Pleas, and our entry-level courts are called our municipal court and our magisterial district courts. In Allegheny County, we have magisterial district courts. This is where our landlord-tenant matters most frequently reside, I will say, or they start. Any kind of civil action that concerns amount less than $12,000 is started in the magisterial district court. Then if it's larger than $12,000, it starts in the Court of Common Pleas. And if it starts in the magisterial district court and there is a decision with which you are not pleased, it can be appealed to the Court of Common Pleas. The Court of Common Pleas makes decisions which can be appealed to intermediate appellate courts, and those intermediate decisions can be appealed to the Pennsylvania Supreme Court. And that's a very abbreviated explanation. So you know the Allegheny Court of Common Pleas. This is a picture of it. We have in Allegheny, you have Court of Common Pleas. There are 43 Common Pleas judges. Again, it has civil and criminal and family and orphans court divisions. This court is the president judge of Allegheny Court of Common Pleas is Judge Kim Berkeley Clark. She is remarkable. She has done a lot in COVID times and in supporting access to justice and supporting access to the court system. And the Court of Common Pleas is divided into 4 divisions, and each of these divisions is set forth in here, and it's run by different administrators. As you can see, Judge Christine Ward has done a tremendous amount of work on landlord-tenant when she has participated in a landlord-tenant eviction cohort, and she is very interested in this topic and very passionate about making sure that there is information out there and access. Our intermediate appellate courts, I briefly summarized previously. They're the Superior Court and the Commonwealth Court. And then our Commonwealth Court, here is a very current picture, just went up on the Pennsylvania Court's website, of our Commonwealth Court judges. Commonwealth Court typically handles things that are brought by or against, city, county, state, governmental entities. That's a very quick summary, but it is unique to Pennsylvania. No other court in the country exists like this. And as you can see, we have a number of women on this court, which is great to see. Our Superior Court, it is also an appellate court. It is one of the busiest courts in the country. Pennsylvania has these claim to fame, I will say. And there are, it is the appellate court. All appeals automatically go from Court of Common Pleas or go to the Superior Court. They do not have the discretion that the Supreme Court has to decide whether to take a case or not. And that is why they are one of the busiest courts. Our Supreme Court, here is our picture. Our Chief Justice is the Justice in the center. His name is Justice Max Baer. It was the Supreme Court's 300th anniversary this year. They have discretion. They can decide what cases they want to take, and it really, I'll say, they decide to take cases which are unique, which have a great impact on the citizens of the state, or are a unique issue of law, or the first type of there has been no precedential decision previously. Okay, and then the Pennsylvania Supreme Court, I just want to briefly touch upon this, has a number of supervisory activities that we don't really appreciate or understand most frequently. So they have an administrative office of Pennsylvania courts, which actually is responsible for budgeting our court system. They go to Harrisburg, they ask Harrisburg for a budget, they help educate judges. There's a Judicial Conduct Board, which is responsible for the conduct of judges. The Supreme Court has special committees, which are such as the Civil Rules Committee, the Criminal Rules Committee, Rules of Evidence Committee, Minor Courts Committee, and then it also regulates the practice of law. So while we think that these 7 judges, sit up on a bench and make decisions, they have a lot of other responsibilities that they handle.